You frickin' idiot. You and all that annoying talk of yours can go rot in hell. And no matter how much you try and call me, I am never going to answer you. I'm off to have some fun now, so see you in another year. Emma, the only reason I've been calling you so much is because you just took my money and ran off with it. I don't need you to answer any of my calls, but you need to come back and give me my money, please. That is not your money, right? I had that money put aside so that I can pay off some bills I have. Well, you left that money here in my house, so it becomes my money to do whatever I want with. I have no idea why you keep saying such stupid things to me right now. This is all just common sense. Common sense? What are you talking about? You haven't even been living in this house with us anymore. So you coming back into town out of nowhere like that and taking my money off the counter should be considered stealing. That is my money you have right now, so bring it back to me. Come here and hand it back to me right now, please. Don't make me call your father about this, or even worse, the police. What are you talking about? It's because of my dad that you're allowed to live in the house with him and have this money, right? And when it comes to the money that's left lying around in the house, it becomes mine. If you don't like that, then get lost. Even if I wanted to leave this place, right now isn't the best time for me. There are things going on right now here that not even you are aware of. I don't care about your reasons for not leaving because it's not my problem. Anyway, I consider myself very lucky to have come back to my house today and found some money sitting around for me. This is some extra play money for me, so I'm gonna head out shopping now. Would you stop that right now? Your play money? I told you that is not your money. Do you have any idea what you're about to do right now by running off and spending that money? Come home right now and give that all back to me. You are acting way too far out of line right now. Shut the hell up, you old hag. You're not my frickin' mother. All you are is some old broad that was allowed into this house by my dad. This isn't even your money either, but my dad's, right? Which then means I have the right to spend it on whatever I'd like, right? You have no idea what's going on right now, Emma. But you don't seem to be listening to anything, so I'll go have a word with your father now. I want that money you took from me back as soon as possible. This is my money now, so you're never getting it back, you know. If you don't like me having this money, then next time you shouldn't be leaving money on the counter like that. I really thought you had the common sense to understand that before, but it really does seem that no matter what I try and tell you, you're just not going to listen. You really are just like your father. I've had enough of this, Shane. If you're not going to leave this house and take your thieving daughter along with you, then I'm going to leave instead.
Huh? What's all this about?
You know what's going on here. Your daughter just took my money that was on the counter and ran off with it. That money was something I was going to take with me to the post office today in order to pay some last-minute bills. Both you and her act the same way and seem to do things like that all the time. Can't you see that right now you both are only making things harder for yourselves? I am not going to deal with any of this any longer. Now, your three choices here are to tell her to come back to the house and give me my money. You can tell her that you're leaving this house and neither of you will be allowed to come back. Or you can go ahead and do nothing, just like you've always been doing, and I'll leave this house and you both instead.
What? That's just what kids do, Olivia. Why are you getting so upset by that?
What kids do? She is 22 years old now, Shane. She is far too old now to be acting like a 5-year-old. Do you both not see how stealing someone else's money like that is a very bad habit to have? She really took a lot after you, Shane.
You are really being an annoying witch right now. Well, whatever. If you're really going to start saying things like that about her and I, then go ahead and leave.
Really?
I'm tired of how you behave around me. And the fact that you're now talking trash about my own daughter like that is horrible. It's over between you and I for real now. Just get out of the house. And before you go, I want $30,000 from you.
Hold on now. What you just said there makes no sense to me at all. Can you explain to me why I should be giving you $30,000 before I leave this house and family for good? Aren't you aware yet that I'm going to be the one getting the settlement in all of this?
This has nothing to do with the settlement or us breaking up. This has to do with Emma getting married soon.
Is that happening? I never knew about any of this.
And there needs to be some money handed over for her wedding. So as her dad, I'd like to help her out there in making sure she has a wonderful wedding. You can understand how I'm feeling about all this right now, right? Anyway, the only issue here is I don't have any money. So as one final good deed to my daughter and I, would you help me pay for her wedding?
I did that same thing for you back when you needed help paying for her schooling. But here's the thing. Neither of you ever thanked me for all of that money I handed over for her. So why should I have to give you anything else now when I know I will be getting nothing in return for it?
I sure as hell did. Thank you.
Saying thanks is easy to do, Shane. But based off how you've been acting around me, I am far more aware that you aren't thankful. I'm not giving you any more money. But if you'd like to borrow it from me, we can make something work.
What? Are you sure?
But I'll need something in return from you, though. I expect you to pay all that borrowed money back to me at some point, so I'll be preparing some paperwork for you and I to sign. I'm going to get my money back from you this time one way or another, so that I don't have to regret as many things as I've already had to. Hey! Why have you not come here yet? Excuse me? Come to where? What? Frickin' idiot. I get that you're in your 40s now, but you can't already be experiencing symptoms of dementia. Today is the day of my wedding, gosh dang it. What? Is that right? Wait, are you kidding? Cut that BS right now, you old hag. Would you really just cancel last minute on your one and only daughter's wedding like that? If you do that, then you're no longer my mom. Wow, this is the kind of talk I thought I'd never have to relive again. I wonder what ended up happening with you to make you speak to me like that. What are you going on about? Just shut the hell up and come here. Not having my mom here at this wedding would be very screwed up, you idiot. What do you mean by daughter? How much longer do you plan on screwing around with me like that? Cut the bullcrap right now before I get Dad involved. Canceling last minute on your daughter's wedding would land you right in hell. But it seems like that's what you want to have happen, so screw you, because I'm cutting ties to you. I've never had a daughter, though. What? The person who should be asking for the other to stop screwing around here is myself. Emma, you're my ex-husband's kid that he brought along with himself when we got married. You have never been my daughter, right? Actually, I had never once thought of you as my daughter before. You're kidding, right? Huh? But weren't you raising me all that time like I was your daughter? The first couple of years I was doing my best in order to make a decent family out of you both. But having to continue to live in that house with a brat like you all that time really brought me a whole lot of stress. And even after you turned 18 and were no longer needing to stick around me in the house, you always tried to cause fights and pick on me. Honestly, I have no idea what to call all of that besides a circus between you and I. But things were like that because you and I are family, right? Well, if that's the way you'd like to think of all that, then go ahead and keep thinking that. But to me, that was not at all what a family should be like. You're saying a lot of crap to me right now, but in terms of the law, you're my mom, right? So how about you come to my dang wedding now? Come here and introduce yourself to my man's parents. At the very least, you can do something like that for me, right? Wait, what kind of law are you talking about? Your father and I split up, and you are nothing more than a stranger to me again. What? And you happen to be an awful little brat, and your dad was a terrible husband and father. I was so happy to get myself away from the both of you. Even now, I like to think that I should never have to talk to either one of you again. So tell me what the hell you're going on about now? What the heck? Are you trying to say that you both got a divorce or something? When did that happen? I was never told anything about all of that. This happened a little over 6 months ago, Emma. We've been separated for quite some time now. I really have no idea why your father wouldn't tell you anything about that, especially when it's something that has to do with you both. But that was never going to be something I had to tell you about, right? However, it wasn't like it was a secret that our relationship was going sour. What? So you both really got divorced then? That means you're no longer my mom. Yep, but let's be honest here. I was never like your mother to begin with, right? And legally, I'm nothing more than a complete stranger to the both of you now. That's why we should never have to talk to one another like this ever again after today. Having you contact me out of nowhere like this was really a surprise to me. I never had a daughter, and I was never invited to some wedding. I sent your invitation to the house, though. Of course I'd invite someone like you to my wedding. The house? Oh, I don't live in that place anymore. What? You don't even live there anymore? I told you that the divorce took place half a year ago, and at that time I left the house. I no longer had anything to do with either one of you anymore, so I was out of there. That also means I don't see any of the mail that's sent to that house for me anymore. So is Dad living on his own now? Who knows? It's kind of a mystery of whether or not even he is living in that house anymore. He was never going to be able to pay for that house's loan since I was the one paying it off the whole time I lived there. Huh? Dad wasn't even paying off the loan on the house? How would he have been able to? He's never had a job this whole time I've been around him. What? He hasn't had a job? That's right. Unfortunately, your dad has been unemployed for a long time now. He's just like you are in a sense. All you both ever did was leech off the money I had and never thanked me for any of it. That whole marriage to him was really like an exploitation of me, really. I never knew anything about that, though. Well, there you have it, Emma. I never saw that invitation you sent to me, but it's not like I'd be going to your wedding anyway. Also, I happen to have a different last name now, so I'm not sure they would have let me into the wedding anyway. Why won't you come still? Aren't you being way too cold to me by not accepting my invitation to you? I was your only daughter, your only child ever. So can't you just come to my wedding and see me become happy? And like I've been saying, you were never like a daughter to me. Just the bratty girl my ex brought along with him. And when I say bratty, I mean you were totally off the walls when it came to how much of a nuisance you were to me. All you are now is some random woman, and I don't care to be around you. So you're just going to cancel on the wedding then? Is that not heartless to you? So you're not even listening to me. Do you even understand what the meaning of canceling last minute means? I divorced your dad half a year ago and never was able to get that invitation you sent me. I wouldn't have even planned on going to that wedding of yours anyway had I gotten the invitation. I didn't know it was even taking place today because of all that. There was also never an RSVP from me, right? So what exactly am I canceling on last minute here? I was never coming to that wedding, so there you go. So you're telling me you never felt as though you were my mom? Like I've been saying for a while now, no. I was never your mother and will continue not to be. So what are you trying to get at here? Perhaps you just wanted me around for the gifts that I might give you? I would never give you any gifts, Emma. I never said anything about wanting you here for any gifts. Let me tell you something else before I go. I would like for you to pay me that $30,000 I let you borrow for that wedding back, please. Huh? What $30,000 did you ever give me for today? I want that money back, please. Nothing else. Now get me that money and shut up about never hearing anything about this, because I know dang well you have an idea of what I'm asking for here. I don't ever remember getting even a penny from you for today, so I'm not handing you any money back. Would you like for me to get the signed papers out? What? Your dad borrowed money from me using your name. Even your signature and everything is on these papers saying you agreed with the transaction. So stop complaining and give me my money back. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about. You just told me that my dad did all that without my consent, right? I had no idea something like that happened between you two. I never borrowed money from you. Even if you were never told anything about this, you borrowed that money from me. You really don't remember anything from that time? You signed something for your dad a long while ago. I guess there was one time I was told to sign something and I went ahead and signed that. But I didn't know that was for my dad to borrow money from you. I'm serious about that. You didn't know about that? Well, that's too bad for you. But you went ahead and signed something without ever reading it first, and now you'll have to be responsible for it. That doesn't have anything to do with me, though, as long as I get my money back. The deadline is coming up here now. What are you talking about? I can't hand you $30,000. I never even got that kind of money in the first place. After your dad got this money from me using your name on the paperwork, he went and ran off. I have no clue what he did with that money, and it's not any of my business to know. But from what he told me before the deal took place, he was going to use all that money for your wedding. Understand? Now you're going to have to pay back all of what you borrowed from me. Mom, wait, please. Huh? Don't call me your mom, you little freak. I have never been your mom, and you even agreed with me on that by never once acting as though I was your mom. You can try all you want now to reel me in as your mom, but it's not going to work. You and I are strangers after all. Calling a stranger your mom really gives me the creeps, and my skin is starting to crawl. You can't say things like that about this. After this, you're going to have to start taking care of your idiot father, all right? My dad is not some idiot like you say he is. You're just a complete witch. Weren't you the one that was part of our family for 10 years? In reality, we were only family for 8 years. Those last 2 years were just hell for me. I had to work my butt off for a jobless man that couldn't do anything for the family. He wouldn't even help with the chores or with helping you. All while having you in the house while you made fun of me and caused all sorts of trouble. Stealing my money at times as well. Those last 2 years really were the worst years of my life. Nothing is ever going to top how horribly I felt around you both then. Well, when you put it all like that, I'm sure those last few years were tough for you. I wish I would have divorced your dad a whole lot sooner than I did, to be frank. But at least things are over with now, and I don't regret a single thing about it, really. Come on, this is so hurtful to me. You really think it's okay to say things as hurtful as that about my dad and I? What now? Are you really going to start crying because you think I'm the jerk? I was the one that just lent you $30,000 a while back. And for years and years, I was the one paying for the both of you to live in that house as well as eat and have a shower. I just want my money back from this last deal we made. Is that such a bad thing? I mean, you were the one that signed those papers, so you should be more than aware of what's happening. Are you kidding me? At a time like this, though? I was going to give you a bit more time to pay me back, but then you decided to contact me today, even though I was never coming to that wedding of yours in the first place. It's your fault for thinking that I'd still come and saying that I was somehow canceling on you last minute. I really did think you'd be coming today. I mean, normally one would be coming to my wedding. Yet, just as I was wanting you to come and enjoy this wedding, you're going to ask for money back? That is screwed up on so many levels. I feel like I've been stabbed in the back by you. Shut the hell up, you brat. Why are you starting to whine like you're some kind of a victim? The only victim here is myself. I'm the one that gave you both loads of money and have still not gotten anything back in return. Well, I was at least able to get some money in the divorce from your father a little while back, so that's pretty good for me. You got that divorce in order to get some money back? Well, then what's happened to the money you keep asking me to give you back? I would like to think that your father took that money and has it right now. Sucks for you then, right? Your father ended up being a lot more scheming than you thought. Wait, Mom! I really cannot pay you back that amount of money right now. So please, help me out here. I told you, you are not my frickin' daughter. I have no reason to help you out after the hell you've put me through all these years. Go find a frickin' job and make that money back for me. Goodbye now, you brain-dead brat. What the hell do you want now? I have nothing else to tell you, and unless this is about you giving me that money, I don't want to hear it. My dad just came to the wedding drunk off his butt, and after causing a scene, he got this whole wedding canceled. Ah, well, makes sense considering your father's an alcoholic. What? Are you kidding me? I'm sure your man was shocked to see your father you were so happy to have come in smelling like the bottom of a vodka bottle, right? This is not the time to be laughing. Not only is the wedding going to be canceled, but I think my marriage in general is going to be over with. What should I do right now? Do something to help me, Mom. Mom? Nice one. I really have no idea why you decided to text me again about all that. I have nothing to do with any of you besides needing that money I lent you back. You know, you could have avoided all this had you just been a bit nicer to me. But not even after paying for you to go to college did you thank me. I guess this is what you get for being such a selfish, childish little brat. I did everything I felt I could back in the day, but that never made you into anything more than a total jerk. Now you go join your dad and down a few more bottles of vodka so that you can forget what all happened today. I didn't know about you paying for me to go to school. What? If I don't get married today, what is going to happen to me? Let me come live with you. I don't want to go back with my dad. No thanks. I don't like strangers coming inside my home. Goodbye now. You have gotten on one too many of my nerves now, so I'll be blocking you. And about that money, my lawyer will be in touch. In the end, I ended up blocking Emma completely so that she would never be able to annoy me ever again. Emma soon realized this and from then on was never able to get in touch with me again, as I didn't have any other form of communication besides my number. The wedding between her and her man ended up falling apart, and having no chance of going back to live with him anymore, she went back to see her dad at the house. But when she made it home, her dad was nowhere to be found, besides some of his clothing left scattered on the floor in the empty house he was never going to be able to pay for. It's still not known what's ended up happening to her father, but there have been many people saying things about men that have looked like him jumping off of bridges late at night. And other reports saying that they've seen him on the street looking very thin due to malnutrition. To me, however, I unfortunately think a man like him was able to find another woman who would bite, and he's taking advantage of them at the moment while completely lying to them about his past. When we come back to Emma, a few days after going back to that house, she received a call from my lawyer asking her about the $30,000 she owed me, and said that her only option of paying it off would be to take out another loan and use that to pay me back. That's not the ideal option when it comes to paying off the debt she had with me, but there was nothing else she could do, so let's hope she starts paying off the next loan she ends up with. I'm sure things are going to be very, very difficult for Emma from here on out. But this is the life she decided for herself when she chose to take after her father. I like to think this is what she deserves, and I hope she realizes that herself here soon. As for myself, I eventually did end up getting my money from Emma through another loan she had to take out and was free from her completely after that. I'm currently living in a small ranch house by myself, but now that I have some more money, I might take after Emma a little here and call this money my play money. Hey, ugly, guess what? I've got some good news and some bad news. So which one do you want to hear first? I don't want to hear either, honestly. Oh, come on, don't be such a downer. I'll go ahead and tell you the good news first, okay? Ready? I'm getting married! Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I already know. I mean, the wedding is next week, isn't it? You've been talking about it nonstop for months, though I have to admit I'm surprised someone like you with such a nasty personality managed to find someone willing to marry you. Oh, please, compared to how hideous you are on the outside, my bad attitude is barely worth mentioning. At least I've got the looks to back it up. Anyway, that's the good news. Want to hear the bad news? Fine, let's hear it. Not that I'm expecting anything reasonable. The bad news is, well, how do I put this? You're dead now. You don't exist anymore, Beth. What? What the hell are you talking about? Let me spell it out for you. You know I've made it big as a model, right? I've got all these famous people around me, from designers and producers to other celebrities. They're all going to be at my wedding, of course. I mean, it's going to be the social event of the season. Can you imagine what it would do to my reputation if people found out I had such an ugly loser sister like you? It'd be humiliating. Are you serious right now? You can't be. Oh, I'm dead serious. You're an embarrassment, Beth. Having you at my wedding would be the worst thing ever. That's why I decided, well, I've told everyone you're dead. You won't be attending, obviously, and as far as the world knows, you don't even exist. I mean, it's for the best, right? What? Are you out of your mind? I get it. You've always hated me, but this is too much. I'm still your sister, Angelica. You can't just erase me from your existence because I don't fit your idea of perfection. Oh, I can, and I already did. I mean, look at you. You've always been a nobody, and I'm a star. I don't need someone like you dragging me down, so yeah, consider yourself officially gone. Don't even think about coming near the venue next week. This is ridiculous. You can lie to your friends or your new family, but what about our side of the family? You really think they'll just go along with this? They know I'm alive and well. You can't just hide me like some dirty secret. Oh, don't worry about that. I've got it covered. Our family's totally on board with this little plan of mine. What? No way. You're lying. There's no way they'd go along with something this crazy. Oh, it's true. When I explained it to them, they all agreed it was for the best. I asked them, who do you want to support? Your successful, beautiful model daughter, or the ugly, boring one who's done nothing with her life? And guess what? They picked me. Every single one of them. Isn't that just hilarious? I can't believe this. Our family's always had issues, but this is beyond messed up. They really just agreed to pretend I'm dead, all for your ridiculous ego trip? Oh, don't take it so hard. It's nothing personal. Well, actually, it is. But honestly, what did you expect? You've always been the black sheep. Why should that change now just because I'm getting married to someone rich and powerful? I'm about to live the life of my dreams, and I can't have you ruining it. You've got to be kidding me. I knew our family had problems, but this is just sick. You've seriously convinced everyone to go along with this? Oh, it wasn't hard at all. I mean, who wouldn't want to be associated with a gorgeous model who's about to marry into wealth and success? Compared to that, you're just, well, irrelevant. I shouldn't be surprised. Our family has always favored you, no matter what. But this, I guess I just never realized how far they'd go to indulge your vanity. Oh, don't be so dramatic. It's not that big a deal. You'll be fine. Besides, it's not like you were going to enjoy the wedding anyway. Why not just let me have my moment? It's the least you can do for your perfect little sister. Fine. You know what? I won't go. I'll stay out of your way. If this is what you and the family want, then I won't fight it. But don't come crying to me when everything falls apart. Oh, trust me, nothing's going to fall apart. I'm marrying Jackson, the CEO of UI Technologies. Do you know who that is? I doubt someone like you has even heard of him, but he's a huge deal. I'm about to live the dream life. Wait, Jackson? UI Technologies? You mean that Jackson? Yep, the one and only Jackson. The handsome, powerful CEO of a huge company. Even someone like you must have heard of him. He's practically a household name. You know, it's pretty funny that someone as out of touch as you still knows who he is. Yeah, I know who he is. I didn't expect this. Aw, are you jealous? It's okay to admit it, sis. I mean, I'm about to marry the man of every woman's dreams, and you're, well, you. Honestly, though, your reaction is kind of weird. Are you okay, Angie? You seem off. Well, more off than usual. Wow, you really don't miss a chance to take a jab, do you? Look, whatever. You've said what you needed to say. You don't need to rub it in anymore. Just leave me alone, okay? Just one more thing. I want to make sure you really get it, so I'll say it again. I don't want people to know that someone like you is my sister. So, yeah, you're dead to everyone. Don't show up at the wedding. Got it? Fine, I won't come. Yes! Finally, I can have the perfect wedding without worrying about you ruining it. Oh, thanks for being so cooperative, sis. See you never, loser. Unbelievable. Hey, could you please pick up the phone? I have called you like 500 times and you still haven't answered? Oh, I was sleeping. Wait, didn't we cut ties with each other? Why are you calling someone you said you wanted nothing to do with like 500 times? Actually, I've decided to take back the whole cutting ties thing. I need you to come to the wedding. What? What on earth are you talking about? I'm saying that you need to come to the wedding. Isn't that great? You have a chance to be a part of the family again. Isn't it nice? Aren't you excited? Look, I'm not going back to being a part of a family that abandoned me. I can guess what kind of trouble you're in, but honestly, I have no obligation to help you out. You think you understand? So you knew all this time? Why didn't you say anything before? Honestly, I just couldn't be bothered. Sure, I was invited as part of the groom's side, but after you declared me dead, I figured it was just best to stay away. The venue is in complete chaos. People are running around saying that Angie Corp's CEO has died. Are you really a CEO? What in the world is going on? You knew I was running a company, didn't you? It's just a small factory, but you seriously didn't know that? Why would I know what you're doing? So what's your relationship with Jackson then? Relationship? It's nothing out of the ordinary. My company supplies parts to UI Technologies. We take pride in our high-quality products at low prices, so they pretty much buy from us exclusively. In simple terms, we're business partners. No way, that's just a coincidence, right? Completely coincidental. I was just as surprised as you when I found out. I didn't want to get caught in the middle of anything, so I kept my distance. Jackson seemed to be clueless about this as well, which has led to total chaos. You've got to come, I'm begging you. The whole situation has gotten out of hand. Oh, you're right. I just got a bunch of missed calls from Jackson, too. Just wait a moment while I take this call, okay? Hey, wait!
So, I understand the situation now. You're Emmy's older sister, and the fact that you were supposedly dead is just completely fabricated?
Yeah, sounds like there's been a lot of mixed up information. I imagine the venue must have descended into chaos.
It was quite the shock. Emmy had prepared a memorial portrait for you, but the face on it was exactly that of Angie, the CEO.
Wait, what? A memorial portrait? Are you serious? I knew she hated me, but to go that far?
Yes, I was aware she brought it along, and I initially thought it was a sign of respect, an expression of her love for you. But at the ceremony, her behavior was... well, she seemed disturbingly casual about the whole thing, even laughing at times.
Unbelievable. She's so far gone that she thought this was acceptable? I mean, I've always been the black sheep of the family, but this?
I was taken aback too, and to make matters worse, the face on that portrait was unmistakably yours. I could see all the UI technology executives and guests looking completely dumbfounded, not knowing how to react to what they were seeing.
I seriously can't believe it. Just how rotten do you have to be to pull something like that? I mean, sure, my family's always ostracized me, but this is on another level.
As someone who's spent time with Emmy, I have to admit her actions were unacceptable. It's made me seriously reconsider my relationship with her.
You'd probably be better off that way. If this continues, it's only going to tarnish the reputation of UI technology. You've got a lot to lose if this spirals further out of control.
You're right. In fact, significant damage has already been done. The media was present at the wedding, too. They've likely captured everything.
Oh no, thank God I didn't go to that disaster.
For now, I'll do everything I can to contain the situation. I know it's not really my place to say, but I'm deeply sorry for how things turned out.
Don't apologize. One thing I can tell you for sure is that none of this is your fault. I hope things get better for you from here on out.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I look forward to continuing to work with you.
Same here. Let's keep in touch from now on. Hey, Angie, you're close with Jackson, right? Then convince him right now. Well, it's not like we're that close. We're just business partners. Whatever, just persuade him. Jackson said that he's going to call off the wedding. Well, of course, given the situation, how could he not think about it? But I don't want that. After all this build-up to suddenly have the wedding canceled would be an absolute embarrassment for me. We have celebrities here today, and the media is also covering this event. If you go through with the wedding as it is, it'll reflect poorly on UI technology. Huh? What do you mean by that? Even if you dislike me, the fact that you're pretending your still living sister has died and have even prepared a memorial photo to laugh about is just not something the president should be getting involved in. Hey, I wasn't laughing. I thought I was holding the memorial photo with a serious expression. I don't care. Either way, don't bring the memorial photo of your living sister to the event. But, it could just be explained as a little prank, right? I didn't hurt anyone with it, so it should be fine, don't you think? Everyone is just overreacting. In the end, the fact that I'm alive means it could be considered a happy ending. I can't believe the way you're thinking. If you think this can be laughed off, then try looking at social media. Huh? You could search for UI technology or just your own name. See if there are people who think this can be brushed off as a joke. Wait, what is this? It's blowing up? What's going on? Given your previous actions, I think it's only natural that it's blowing up. And this was supposed to be a huge wedding, right? It's not surprising that 1 or 2 people would post about it on social media. No way. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, this kind of outrage is really bad. Right? You don't want to be trending while you're under a major entertainment agency and on the brink of marrying the president of a well-known company. Well, I mean, that marriage is about to be canceled, too. Shut up. Stop narrating the situation. I get that it's serious, so do something about it. That's just it. I don't owe you anything to help out here. You need to sort this out on your own. This is really bad. What's going to happen to my life? It's spreading like wildfire. Oh no. If it wasn't Jackson as my fiancé, this wouldn't have blown up like this. Yeah, it wouldn't. What are you laughing about? This is all your fault to begin with. It's because you didn't tell me that you were connected to Jackson. I never thought your fiancé would be him. I expected him to have a little better judgment in women. What do you mean by that? Anyway, I think it would be more effective for you to persuade Jackson instead of trying to convince me, since I have nothing to do with this situation. I can't believe this. You really need to step up and handle this. You have the ability to do it. I mean, look at the situation. You're the one who brought all of this upon yourself by making such a drastic decision regarding your family. You didn't even think of how your actions would reflect on your own reputation. Are you saying it's my fault? It's your fault that the situation escalated to this level. You've made it worse by trying to cover it up with lies. I didn't lie. I just thought it would be a harmless prank. Harmless prank? You don't understand how serious this is. People are going to start questioning your character, and that's going to affect your professional life as well. I didn't think it would get this out of hand. I just wanted to have a fun moment, not ruin everything. Well, the time for fun is over. You need to think about the consequences of your actions. If Jackson finds out that you were using your sister's name in such a way, it could ruin your reputation in the industry forever. I know. I never wanted this to happen. Well, it's happening now. You need to figure out how to fix it. You can't just sit there and hope it goes away. But what do I even do? I don't have a plan. Everything is collapsing around me. Well, that's the first thing you need to do. Come up with a plan. Think of what you can say to Jackson, what you can do to save this wedding, and how to make sure that your career is not affected by this chaos. It feels like I'm fighting a losing battle here. There's too much to deal with. You just need to tackle it one step at a time. Take a deep breath and think it through. Maybe there's a way to turn this around, but you have to be willing to take action. I hope you're right. If I can't make this right, everything I've worked for will go down the drain. Exactly. You have to get your head in the game and focus. Don't let this overwhelm you. Fine, I'll figure something out, but you better not leave me hanging. Hey, Jackson, can you please reconsider? I've said it many times, but this was just a joke, you know?
I mean, I didn't think it would go this far. I thought everyone would see the humor in it and we could laugh it off. But now it's turned into something way bigger than I ever imagined.
I know you think this was beyond a joke, and having my entire family pretend that my sister had died was downright bizarre, and I know you've heard that I've been ostracizing her for a long time.
I can't believe you'd go along with it in the first place. It's just too much, and it makes you look bad, too. This is not just about me anymore, it's about how it affects both of us.
Ostracizing is a bit of an exaggeration. After all, my sister has kept her distance from our family, too.
But there's a difference between distance and disowning someone completely. I mean, why would you want to erase your sister from existence like that? Isn't family supposed to stick together through thick and thin?
Well, it's only natural for a family that would do something like this at a wedding to keep their distance. I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be associated with a family that acts like that. It's embarrassing.
Anyway, I can't marry you.
Wait, that's just as the president of UI Technology, right? As a person, you still have some feelings for me, don't you? There must be something left between us, some connection that we can hold on to.
I never intended to mix titles with marriage in the first place. Even now, I've decided to call off the wedding on a personal basis. This is my life we're talking about, and it's being dragged through the mud.
That's your own decision? Your personal judgment is affecting my life? How can you just decide something like that without even considering what it means for me?
What do you mean by that?
Don't you understand how important this wedding is for my career? We have industry bigwigs, celebrities, and the media here. If I embarrass myself here, my career in the entertainment industry is over. This isn't just some casual event, it's my future on the line.
If you embarrass yourself, that's your own responsibility. You're the one who decided to pretend your sister doesn't exist. How could you think this wouldn't have consequences?
I didn't want Angie to be known to the world. I have to work in front of people, so it's only natural, right? It's not like I wanted to hurt anyone. I just wanted to protect myself.
Only natural? That doesn't make any sense. I don't even want to try to understand, so just stop contacting me. I can't deal with this right now.
Wait, please. You have to know that there's a huge backlash online right now. And the only way to fix it is for us to go through with the wedding as planned. If we cancel, it'll be an even bigger disaster.
Don't use my life for your recovery. That's not fair to me.
Wait, come on. You have to see it from my perspective.
You know, don't you? You know I've been abandoned by my family. You have to understand what it's like to be in that position.
Huh?
When I was in elementary school, my parents ran away in the night and left me behind. Since then, I've been living alone, fending for myself. I never wanted to be in this situation again, feeling abandoned and alone, so I understand how Angie feels. Even though the circumstances are different, I know how painful it is to be cast aside by your family. You should know about my background, right?
Of course, I totally understand. You told me about it before, but it isn't the same. You can't compare the two situations.
Then why would you do something like that in front of me? Why make your family non-existent? You can't just erase your past and expect everything to be fine.
Well, that's because I thought I was protecting myself.
Enough! There's no point in talking about this any longer. Goodbye.
Wait. Angie, Jackson won't forgive me. What should I do? I feel like I'm out of options. Just give up and accept the situation. I've been getting bombarded with calls from Mom and Dad, but I'm not planning to help you, so you should tell them that too. Please, I am begging you. If you don't do something, our family will be... What do you want me to do at this point? What's the situation at the venue right now? The wedding has been canceled and people are starting to leave. What do I do? It seems like the online backlash is pretty severe too. I never expected it to turn into such a disaster. It's all over. My bright career is crumbling. For now, I need to contact Mom and Dad and... For now, you need to contact Mom and Dad and... Wait, what do you think will happen if they find out? You can't just leave everything as it is. What do you expect me to do? This mess is beyond repair. You have to think of something. I can't let it end like this. You're the one who brought this upon yourself. Did you really think it was okay to do what you did? I didn't mean for any of this to happen. It was supposed to be a lighthearted prank. A prank that went too far, clearly. And now you're just going to let it all fall apart? I don't have any answers right now. I just want to fix things, but I don't know how. You need to figure it out fast or it'll be too late. I know, but I can't do this alone. Then you should start thinking about how to fix your mistakes. Otherwise, you might end up losing everything you worked for. Angie, this is a disaster. What should I do? What now? I just want to take a shower. Mom and Dad are saying they want to cut ties with me. Huh? Why now? They said it was too much to bring your house into all this. They've been acting distant since before the wedding anyways. Well, thank goodness. At least those two still have a semblance of a conscience. But I suppose they are the kind of scum that can easily abandon a fallen daughter. If I'm abandoned by my parents, I'll truly be all alone. Most of the guests have already left and everything is ruined. I guess I'll just have to live my life without anyone noticing me. It's okay. Since this is blowing up, people will be paying attention. Huh? How can you be so heartless? I know you're trying to appeal to the higher-ups, but that's not going to work on me. I'm genuinely furious at you all. At this point, I'm just thinking, serves you right. What is wrong with you? You're such a loser, and yet you're acting all high and mighty. Should I spread your comments online? I could share everything you've said up until now. It would make for some excellent fuel for the fire. Wait, okay, stop. I'll apologize. I'm really sorry for everything. Are you really remorseful? Now that I'm alone, I've finally realized how tough it must have been for you. Isolated within the family? Well, if you keep understanding isolation like this, that's all I could hope for. Huh? So you're just going to abandon me like this? Of course, your loneliness has only been a matter of a few minutes, right? Just because you felt a little lonely for a short time doesn't mean I want you to understand my suffering. But I really understood. I'm truly sorry. You should have realized this a long time ago, but whether or not I'll forgive you is a different story. That's it. Goodbye. Please wait. Are you really going to abandon me just like that? We're family, aren't we? I'm taking this opportunity to cut ties with you. I don't want anyone thinking I have a sister with such a terrible personality.
Angie, first of all, I truly apologize for everything that has happened. I've caused you a lot of unpleasant feelings, and I really regret that.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, you didn't know, so there's no reason for you to apologize like that.
Is that so? But still, honestly, I can't help but doubt my own judgment. I never thought Emmy had such a personality.
Well, she probably was just putting on a facade around you. It's not your fault.
As you know, our company's current project relies heavily on your company's capabilities. I showed a really pathetic side this time, but I sincerely hope we can continue to work together going forward.
It's all right, really. You're thinking too much about it. I'm looking forward to continuing our partnership as well.
I understand well what it feels like to be cast aside by family. The regret and pain you endure is unimaginable.
I see, but honestly, I'm not really worried about it.
I hesitate to say this, but I want you to know that I'm always here to listen. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences.
Oh, thank you so much, but you must be quite busy, right?
Not at all. Being a president just means I have some responsibilities, but it also gives me plenty of time to spare. If you don't mind, may I reach out to you again sometime?
Oh, yes, I would love that. Just please refrain from bombarding me with 500 missed calls next time, okay?
I promise I won't do that, but I'm serious. I would like to keep in touch and support you however I can.
You're very kind. I really appreciate it. Sometimes it feels like no one truly understands what I'm going through.
I can only imagine. Family can be a tricky subject. I think it's important to have someone who understands, especially in tough times.
Exactly. It's not easy to open up about these feelings. It can be very lonely.
It's completely understandable. If you ever need to talk, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm here for you.
That really means a lot to me. Thank you for being so understanding. It's nice to know I have someone to lean on.
Of course. I'm glad you feel that way. And just so you know, your presence and contributions are valued more than you might realize.
Thank you, Jackson. It's reassuring to hear that, especially after everything that's happened recently.
It's the least I can do. I know it's a difficult time for you, but I believe you have the strength to overcome these challenges.
I hope so. I'm just trying my best to stay positive. It's just hard sometimes.
That's completely normal. Just remember, it's okay to feel what you're feeling. You don't have to go through it alone.
I appreciate that. It's comforting to have someone who understands. I'll keep that in mind.
Absolutely. And please don't hesitate to reach out if you ever need anything, whether it's a listening ear or support.
I will. Thank you, Jackson. You've really helped lift my spirits today. After the scandal erupted, Emmy found herself in a situation where any public activities became nearly impossible. All the jobs she had lined up were canceled, one after another, and ultimately, she was let go from her agency. It was a swift and brutal end to her career, something no one could have predicted would happen so dramatically. In the aftermath, both of our parents cut ties with Emmy as if she were a burden they could simply discard. They wanted to distance themselves from the controversy and the negative spotlight that had come to engulf our family. However, their actions did not go unnoticed. As news of their abandonment spread, they too became subjects of public scrutiny, facing significant criticism similar to what Emmy had endured. It was ironic and, in a way, tragic that they thought they could simply erase her from their lives and escape the consequences of their choices. Now, Emmy and our parents have relocated, each moving out of the homes they had lived in, trying to find solace away from the eyes of society. They live in hiding, avoiding any public interactions or engagements, and it seems that they're all struggling with the isolation that has come as a result of their actions. This fear of being alone, of losing the connections that once defined them, is something I can only hope they experience deeply. I want them to truly understand what it means to feel isolated and ostracized, to know what it's like to have the support of loved ones stripped away. The loneliness that envelops them must be suffocating, forcing them to confront their own decisions and the reality of their lives without the relationships they once took for granted. It's a harsh lesson, but perhaps it's necessary for them to realize the impact of their actions and how they treated Emmy. In the wake of these events, Jackson has shown an unexpected interest in me. He seems genuinely concerned and has been reaching out more than I expected. It's as if he senses a shared experience between us, a connection forged by the weight of our respective struggles. But there's a complexity to this situation that I can't ignore. Jackson is younger than I am, and I can't help but feel a sense of guilt about his concern for me. Why should he have to bear the burden of my troubles? I often find myself wondering about the sympathy he feels towards me. Is it merely a fleeting sense of compassion, or is there something deeper? Does he see in me a reflection of his own struggles, perhaps his own experiences of abandonment or loss? Or is it simply that he's drawn to my situation out of pity? The questions swirl in my mind, and I'm left contemplating the nature of our relationship. Jackson's support comes at a time when I need it most, but I also don't want to become a source of distrust for him. He's already dealing with his own challenges, navigating a world that can be as cruel as it is beautiful. I wonder if he feels a sense of responsibility to help me, to lift me from the shadows that have fallen over my life. But I also worry that I might inadvertently pull him down with me. It's a delicate balance, wanting to accept his kindness while simultaneously fearing the consequences of that acceptance. I've always prided myself on being strong and self-sufficient, and now being vulnerable feels like a weakness that I didn't want to acknowledge. But perhaps that's part of what connects us, the understanding that vulnerability is a shared human experience, one that can bring people together in ways that strength never could. Jackson's presence has become a comforting constant, a reminder that not everyone has turned their back on me. He seems to genuinely care, and while it's nice to have someone who understands, I also find myself hesitating. I don't want to burden him with my problems or allow my past to overshadow any potential future we might share. I wonder if he's aware of how much I appreciate his support, how it offers a glimmer of hope amid the darkness that has enveloped my life. As I reflect on these events, I can't help but feel a mixture of sadness and determination. My family's choices have led us all to this point, and while their actions have caused immense pain, they've also opened my eyes to the importance of connection and understanding. I've learned that even in the face of adversity, there is strength to be found in reaching out to others and allowing them to reach out to you. I hope that, in time, my family will come to terms with what's happened and perhaps even find a way to mend the broken ties between us. And as for Jackson, I want to navigate this new relationship with care, recognizing the beauty in our shared understanding while also respecting the boundaries we both need to maintain. After all, life is unpredictable, and the journey ahead is uncertain, but with each step, I feel a little less alone. Through these experiences, I have come to realize that while I cannot change the past, I can shape my future. With Jackson by my side, I may find the strength to forge a new path, one that's filled with hope and the promise of better days ahead.
Mandy, how late are you going to be out tonight? You hurry back to this house right now and start making me something to eat. Because you've been out of the house all day, my stomach has been in pain waiting for you to come back and cook. You really are the most useless woman ever if you're willing to let an older woman starve because you want to be out of the house all the time. I have been acting like your parent this whole time, so come home and show me the respect I deserve. I am starving.
I'm sorry, Isla, but I'm at the hospital right now, though. I've had to stay here a bit later than I was expecting, so I won't be home until late tonight. Could you please make something for yourself?
Huh? The hospital? Why are you, of all people, at the hospital right now?
You're asking me why I'm here? Because just a little while ago, you came at me with a boiling hot cup of tea and threw it on my face. And because of that, my right eye has had a really hard time staying open due to the swelling. The doctor has already had a look at it and said that it might be very difficult for me to see out of my right eye for a while after today.
And what does that have to do with me? What? I don't care about any of that. Now you get your butt home right now and start making me dinner. You are so stupid. Who do you think you are going to the hospital like that without my permission first anyway? I don't ever remember saying I was okay with you leaving this house. Now you get back here. Now! I'm sorry, Miranda. While texting with you, I was asked by the doctor to go with him and have some more exams done on me. He's done everything he can and gave me some medication and wraps to use to help my face, and I'm sorry. It's about time. Making me wait an hour for a response like that. I can't believe you did all of that without telling me. You really are nothing but trouble, Mandy. I'm sorry for leaving the house without your permission. But Miranda, why did you come out of nowhere with scalding hot tea and throw it at my face? Tell me, what did I end up doing wrong that required you to do such a thing to me? You're asking me? Mandy! I threw that tea at your face because you said you were going to that wedding. What? You were going on about it being your little brother's wedding or something like that. But that would mean you'd leave this house, you stupid idiot. That's why I had to discipline you. You deserve to have your face burned and right eye screwed up. You can't be serious. That is my little brother, my one and only brother, and one of the last members of my family. That's why I wanted to go to his wedding. Shut your mouth right now. I will not take that kind of talk from a complete stranger like you. I will have you thrown out of this house if you think you can slack off from your chores to be at your little brother's wedding. Now, if you still have any plans to go there, then go right ahead. But you will not be coming back to this house. Understood. I'm sorry. Don't you ever show me that kind of poor behavior ever again. Kyle, there's something I'm kind of wanting to ask you right now.
Oh, Mandy, why are you texting me this late at night?
This has to do with your wedding tomorrow, actually. At the moment, I have a lot of bandaging around my face, covering my right eye. I'm sure there'll be a lot of people asking a lot of questions about me, and I might be taking their attention away from you, but would it still be okay for me to attend?
What? Your face is all bandaged up. What happened to you, Mandy? Did you get into a serious accident or something?
I really don't think I could call it an accident, but...
You're lying about that, right? There's no way. That's completely messed up. Nothing about that is normal for someone in your shoes to have to go through. Mandy, how are you normally being treated over at that household?
How am I normally being treated? I like to think this is how things are for me every day.
Are you kidding? So you're telling me things like sustaining second and third degree burns on your face due to your mother-in-law is a common occurrence there?
Well, I'm sure what happens here isn't right. Actually, this was the first time I'd been hurt this badly by her. Normally, she'd just be pushing me down the stairs or throwing away my cooking and making me start again. There have also been times where she'd lock me in my room for a day or two.
She would lock you in your room for a day or two? None of that is anywhere close to normal, and it's outright dangerous. That is all absolutely screwed up what you're having to go through. Nothing about that is normal. And what happened to your husband? He's living there with you as well, right? Has he not been saying anything to his mom about how she's treating you?
All he says to me is that things were a lot worse for him when he was younger, so I'm actually being treated pretty nicely by her.
Huh?
Well, I was always a little bit spoiled when I was younger, right? And that can be seen by how useless I am now, right? Well, my mother-in-law has stepped in for Mom and Dad and has been raising me the right way by disciplining me.
Wait a second. Are you actually being serious right now, Mandy?
Yes. I'm actually really thankful for what my mother-in-law has done for me. However, she told me that if I go to your wedding tomorrow, she would have me exiled from her house. And I'd never be able to go back there. Oh, that's left me feeling a little bit confused now. What should I do now? I'm not feeling good about either choice I have. I can't believe that someone as kind as her would say she'd have me exiled from her house like that.
Mandy, pull yourself together, please.
What?
Look, you and I, for the longest time now, we've both been raised with very different views of things from everyone else, right? I mean, Mom and Dad both beat us a lot when we were younger, and that's why we feel like we were always the bad children and they were perfectly good parents. We never had the luxury of having loving parents, and were told that all of our family members outside the house were fake and just trying to tempt us away from them, right?
Well, they were, and that's why Mom and Dad never let us meet with any of them, because they were too kind.
Well, that was all wrong!
What do you mean?
My wife, when she learned about how much hell I'd been through at home, she made sure to show me what a true, loving family was. She and her parents both gave me the warmth that my body had been needing from a family all my life. Right now, I'm living with my wife's parents, right? Well, they have both done all they could to show me what having real, caring parents is like, and I thank them every day for that. When I come home to them, I scream out that I'm home, and they greet me with hugs and kisses. That's the way normal families should be.
There's no way. That can't be true, right?
I'm sure that's what you want to think, right? All right, I get it. At the moment, you don't want to go home to your family, right?
Not really. Actually, I don't think I can because of what my mother-in-law said.
Then you come to our house. I just spoke with my mother-in-law, and she said it was totally okay for you to come here and stay the night with us. She said she'd even get the bath all warmed up and ready, although you might not want to go in if your face is burnt.
What?
You're still out and not near your in-laws' house, right? If you tell me where you're at, I can ask my father-in-law to drive us out to come get you. So please, tell me, Mandy.
How long have you been out of this house now without coming back? It's because you've been gone for so long now that the house is a mess. I'll forgive you for not coming home at all and making me my early morning breakfast if you come home right now, you idiot woman. I'm no longer going back to that house. Huh? Do you have any idea what you're saying right now? Today, I'll be at my little brother's wedding. Here, I'll be meeting with my real family and enjoying their presence. I even stayed with some of them last night, and that's where I learned what a true family is like, and how horrible things have been in that toxic environment you call home. What are you going on about right now? I am not here to listen to you go on about your delusions, so get home and start doing the chores right now. I am not going back. And since I'm a complete stranger, like you said, there is nothing I'm attached to there anymore. Huh? A while back, you threatened to have your son divorce me and even went out to get all of the divorce papers filled out and ready to hand into the courthouse, right? Well, I took those from you after that day and had been holding on to them every day since. And just a little bit ago, I went and dropped them off at the courthouse before making my way to this wedding. So I'm no longer a part of your family, fair and square. What did you say? I am no longer your son's wife, which means that you and I are now legally strangers to one another. I may have spent years taking loads of crap from you guys in that house, but I finally had enough of it last night and will no longer call myself your family. From now on, I'd like for you all to rot in hell there. I'm going to make sure that those years of pain and torture you all put me through is thrown right back at you. It's freaking pathetic watching you say things that don't make any sense at all to me. Did you seriously get a divorce from my son? I don't remember ever saying that you leaving my son was okay. I will not let you get away with doing something as selfish as that. Since I've been asking for you to come home all week, yet you haven't made even a single attempt to, I'm having all your things thrown out of your room right now. All of those lovely photos of you and your little brother together will all be thrown into the trash out back and burned up later. Is that really okay with you, Mandy? I'm sure that would break your heart, wouldn't it? Since you're now aware of what I'm willing to do, get your butt back to this house right now. If not even this is enough to make you understand just how much of a screw-up you've been, then I'll have to take even more drastic measures. Go ahead. If you want to toss all my things, be my guest. Huh? Do you have any idea what I'm saying? These are not just empty threats coming from me. I don't really care, honestly. It's not like I ever had much to begin with. Also, there are no photos of me and my little sister over at your house. What? My family wasn't the best when I was growing up anyway, so I never had many photos of my brother and I taken when we were together. I'm sure the only reason you're trying to make threats like that towards me now is because you guys are in dire need of a working drone again, right? Well, I'm not going back to that life. Oh, just get your ass back here right now! The inside of this house is a dang mess, and I will not let it stay this way any longer. Then how about you get back to it and clean your house up yourself? On another note, the bank will be asking you guys to pay off the rest of the loan here soon, so please do what you can to pay it off. Huh? A loan? What the hell are you going on about now? Both that house you all have been living in and the car that you guys have been using were bought with loans, right? And my husband has been forcing me to pay off both of those loans by myself. He told me that since I was the one working, I should be the one to pay off things in the house. And that makes total sense to me. Since you were going to continue working after marrying my son, then you should be putting all that money into the house and family. Yes, and I totally agree with that. Hence why I would put the $2,500 I made each month into the house. Yet that wasn't even enough, so I had to start using up my savings and putting in another $500 every month, making a total of $3,000. But now that I'm a complete stranger to all of you, there's no reason for me to be paying anymore, right? I want for you guys who are still living there and who are still using that car to pay instead of me. Every month you were putting $3,000 into this house? There's no way we can cover that every month for you. I want to know why you were even having to pay that much. Are you trying to lie to me now in order to make yourself look good? No, I think you've just forgotten is all. After you went and had the inside of the house completely remodeled and then all brand new furniture placed inside, the price of things went way up. And then you said when getting a new car that you wanted the most expensive SUV they had on the lot, which only made us have to get a bigger loan. Neither the house or that car are mine though, so there's literally no reason for me to have to pay for them anymore. If you're not going to be able to pay off the rest of those loans, then sell the house and the car. That will be your worst case scenario, I'm sure. I am not screwing around right now. Why do we have to do all of that now? We are not paying for any of this. You are going to be paying for the rest of this house and car, whether you like it or not. Mandy, why are you being such a child about all of this? Stop being such an embarrassment and come here right now to help us. Good morning, Miranda. And what could you be going on about today? Don't you play dumb with me. I just got a call from the police explaining to me that I am a suspect in a crime and need to follow up with them. All I did was discipline you, all right? I can't believe that someone your age isn't aware of the most basic things, and I feel so bad for you because of that. Oh, so that's what you're upset about. Well, that was me who informed the police about what happened. Well, you tell those police to leave me alone and then come back here and pay up. You're screwed in the head if you think that I'm a criminal. Actually, the reason I think you're a criminal is because you are one. And so I had to tell the police about what you'd done. Huh? Even if it wasn't as bad as I first thought, you still assaulted me. There have also been cases of abuse within your house, both verbally and physically. Had I not told the police, then I would have never been able to live with the things that have happened to me. Of course, before I was able to live with what you'd done to me because I thought that was all normal. But now I am very much aware that what happened to me was anything but. So now I'm going to make sure your crimes are handled in a professional and legal way. You hold it right there. I haven't done any of those things to you. Stop trying to frame me for something I haven't done. Actually, you have done plenty of terrible things to me now, and that's why the police are taking all of this very seriously. All because you seem to think that me working a full-time job wasn't enough, and that I had to be home to take care of all the house as well for you all. Then there were times you'd run your mouth about how my cooking was terrible and toss it all. Do you have any idea how much food you've wasted? I put in so much work making food for you and everyone else, yet there were times you wouldn't even try it, instead calling it disgusting before throwing it all away. It's your fault for making such tasteless food for a household of classy eaters. Honestly, I just thought you were always trying to make food for us with leftovers. You can't call what I did a crime when it was only the natural thing for me to do. You really think I'm complaining about that alone? Excuse me? All those days you'd have guests over, I had to be the one to prepare everything. And if there was ever anything wrong, even if it was the slightest mistake regarding those preparations, you'd start to hit me in the back with a broom close to 100 times. Then there were days you wouldn't let me eat anything while locking me in a room. Sometimes that would be for a few hours, and other times a few days. There were plenty of times I thought I was going to die in that house. But I had no idea what a good family was and thought the way I was being treated was normal at the time. I always thought there was something wrong with me because my parents spoiled me with the ideas that everything was my fault. And you're right to think that because how you've been treated is normal. I've now had to take on the responsibility of disciplining a useless and dumb woman. And that means you have no right to be complaining about any of it. But the thing is, your house has been anything but normal. When I told my little brothers-in-law all about what happened there, they were all up in arms. And do you want to know what my brother's wife said? She said that the fact my own husband wouldn't even step in to protect me from you shows that he is messed up as well. She told me that my husband most likely didn't even love me. My brother's wife was furious to learn about what happened. And because of that, I finally realized that my husband wasn't meant for me. Having a family of people who had nothing to do with me worrying so much finally opened my eyes to what the problems were. Everything that you guys had been doing to me was all criminal and has to be dealt with. What the actual hell is this? I have no idea what's going on. You have been brainwashed by these fools. Brainwashed? You've just been lied to by this family of heathens, and now you're having these strange delusions about what a family should really be. Don't call my brother and his family heathens. What? They gave me a place to stay when I worried about going back home to you. And they all listened to me and my concerns when I was about to break down and cry. They were all strangers to me who I had never even met before. Yet they were all worried about me and asked me over and over about what happened. This was the first time in my life where I had people around me who showed that they were really upset about what happened and wanted me to feel loved. I can worry about you too. That's the whole reason I've started to message you like this in the first place. The only thing you're worried about right now is the fact that you no longer have a slave in that house, right? I have finally been given the gift of love from a group of strangers and will no longer be going back to the place where I was abused. And until you all have paid for the pain you brought me, I am not ending my talks with the police. I'm not some doll you all can get away with beating up now. Huh? Don't talk back to me like that. Especially when you're the most useless and stupid woman to ever walk this earth. Say whatever you'd like about me, but I am never going to feel scared and saddened about the things you say to me anymore. I'm going to make sure that in order to save everyone else from having to suffer through your guys' hell, that you are all crushed and can no longer get up. If you think you can do anything to us, then show me. The most a weakling like yourself could possibly do to us is make us laugh. I'll show you, though. I'll make you regret ever baring your teeth like that to me. Hey, stop acting like a child and respond to me right now. What happened to all that power you had yesterday? You've always acted like a coward, so I'm sure there's no more fight left within you now. But I've had enough from you, so be ready for the beating of a lifetime. I'll make sure to discipline you with every bit of my body so that you will never be able to talk back to me ever again.
Hello. Sorry for using my older sister's phone. I'm her little brother, Kyle. My sister has had to spend years dealing with abusers and is now sound asleep, finally getting some good sleep at this house. That's why I'll be talking with you right now and letting her sleep in this morning.
Huh? So you're going to be taking her place talking to me then? You have the same blood as that useless woman, so I'm sure you're just as pathetic, right? I'm sure whatever you have to say to me means nothing at all, so get your sister to talk to me right now or I swear I'll…
And why should I have to listen to what a criminal wants? I'll make sure to have our lawyer get in touch with you soon so you can have the much more serious talk with them. And if you're still talking like that, then good luck getting out of this mess you've created.
What the… You guys have a lawyer now?
Well, of course. Mandy needs to make sure she has someone to support her when asking for a settlement from you. And I'll have you know this right now. My sister is not changing her mind on what she wants from you. So I would highly recommend you and your family start working together with a lawyer if you hope to have any chance of lessening your punishments.
Wait just a second. Why are you talking about something like that right now? A lawyer? A settlement? All of that is the kind of stuff you only hear about in dramas.
Well, unfortunately, right now we're dealing with a lot of drama, so this has to happen. What you did to my sister was all crimes, and some of those could have very well been considered life-threatening crimes. I think she has every right to have you all pay her a settlement for the damages and ask that the judge sentence you to some time. I'm hoping that she gets away with pulling a massive settlement from you before you go.
I'm not taking this from my daughter-in-law. I won't let her take anything from me or send me to prison. And having to pay for a lawyer would be a complete waste of our money. Eliana doesn't even have any money left either, so how is she paying for a lawyer in the first place?
If that's what concerns you, just know that my family is paying for her lawyer.
What?
My wife happens to be a lawyer herself, so she was able to find someone in his firm that could help us at a reduced cost. Actually, the man she's found for Mandy is one of the best lawyers in this city when it comes to things like domestic harassment and assault.
Your wife is a lawyer?
Yes, which means she is friends with a lot of the police force and has friends who are detectives as well. She's already got in touch with one of his detective friends, and they've begun to investigate your family to make sure they have accounts of all the things you've done. We already assumed we'd find lots of things like assault and harassment within your family based on what Mandy told us. But who knew you guys were also known for theft and scamming? Seems you guys have been on the run from all of that, too?
You guys were able to find out about all of that as well?
Of course! But you guys were able to run away before the police or anyone could find you, until now. So don't be surprised when the police begin to ask about that later as well, and the judge, of course. We've already told the police about it with the evidence we found, so it's only a matter of time before they come to your house. Be prepared to be taken into their custody soon.
Wait a second, please. You're only causing my head to spin more and more by saying that, so can we please discuss this in
We're not discussing anything with you anymore. We don't want to be in close proximity to those that not only assault and harass, but rob and scam people as well. It's time for you to be judged for your crimes, right? And once you've had to pay my sister for everything you've done to her, I believe you and your family will be losing everything. Normally, that would leave you on the streets with nothing at all, but luckily, you'll be in prison after paying, so you'll still be fed and housed.
If that happens to me, I won't have a life after getting out. I don't care what all we did. You shouldn't be wanting to send us to jail, right? Do something to stop those police. If you let us all fall, then we'll never be able to get back up.
After all those years of hurting my sister under your oppression, what makes you think I'm listening to you now? This is what you deserve for your crimes, so take it on the chin like an adult and stop being such a problem for everyone. You're nothing more than monsters. I won't let you do any of that crap to anyone ever again. Are you all right, Mandy? I'm glad to hear that your fever has gone down some, but if you want to eat something, please let me know. I can make you something up right now or order something. If you want some ice cream or some jelly, let me know, please.
Thank you, Kyle. I'm sorry for leaving everything up to you in the end like that after passing out. I really am so weak.
What are you saying, Mandy? Your body is so beat up right now that I'd want you going to a hospital if I could have my way. When this is all over with, we're taking you to see a doctor, okay? We need to make sure there isn't something worse going on inside you and that it will all heal with rest and time.
I'm sorry this has all had to happen right after your wedding.
Stop apologizing to me for everything, okay? Also, this is me paying you back.
What?
The one who had always been protecting me from Mom and Dad back in the day was you. You also handled things like my college fees and telling Mom and Dad off when they came looking for me. I know that you've pretty much been doing everything to take care of me.
You knew about all of that?
I'm your little brother, aren't I? Of course I'd find out who was taking care of me like that when it's my own sister. I want to say, you have been working so hard all your life for other people besides yourself. So from here on out, let me care for you. I'm not your little brother hiding behind your back anymore.
That's very true. I can't believe you grew up so fast without me ever noticing. I'm so happy.
Come on now, stop talking like you're my mother or something.
I'm sorry. Someday I'm going to have to thank you properly for all of this.
And I'm telling you, you don't have to. All I ask is that you focus on getting better again. You've put up a fight for long enough now, and it's your time to relax. So from now on, if you're starting to feel unwell or sick, let me know, and I'll be there for you. When you passed out like that, I was freaking out.
Sorry about that. I didn't think that I'd be making all of you worry about me like that. I've always been so used to having to care for myself on my own, so when I saw all of you worrying about me, I had no idea what to do.
I'm sure you're still thinking about everything you'll have to do after today, but look, think of the time you have right now as rehabilitation. You don't have to overwork or anything, just as long as you take the time to feel better again.
That's true, actually. I'll think of things like that then.
See? I want you to start right now learning how to relax and let others do things for you. Actually, I want you to tell me right now how you feel about me. You've never said anything about how you think of me before, right? So give it a try right now.
Now that you mention it, I don't think I've ever spoken out about anyone. Saying this right now is going to be a bit embarrassing. But if I don't say anything, you'll never know, right? So I'll say it. Thank you so much, and I love you a ton, Kyle. In the end, everyone in Miranda's family was arrested by the police and taken to jail, where they all awaited their court hearings. There, I was able to get a settlement from both Miranda herself and my ex-husband, which ended up being for more than they had combined in their bank accounts. Iris was also charged with multiple accounts of assault and 2 charges of attempted murder, while the whole family was charged with things like robbery, grand theft auto, and fraud. And just like I had told Miranda, they all would end up going to prison to do some time, which is actually lucky for them considering they had to sell their house in order to pay those settlements off. So better there than nowhere at all. I think that my ex and his dad would be getting around 5 years in total, while Iris got 15 years, which at her age is pretty much a wrap. I can definitely say one thing though, and that's that she will never be hurting anyone again, and I'm sure the same can be said for my ex too. My brother was very happy with the end results, and I think his whole family was cheering when the trial and everything was over and finished in my favor. When that was all done, we went out for dinner at a 5-star hotel outside town, where I got to have my first ever course dinner and have food cooked for myself for once. I told everyone that since I'd been getting a lot of money from Miranda and them, I'd pay for everyone's dinner. But the moment I brought that up to the family, every single person said no to me in unison, which just goes to show I'm in good hands now. As for myself, I was originally thinking that after my body had healed up and I got most of my sight back in my right eye, I'd leave my brother's family's house. But none of them wanted me leaving their house just yet, and instead chose to have me hired as their part-time housemaid. I am having to do a lot of the chores and cooking I was doing before. However, this time I was being paid to do them while also being thanked and not having to worry about being hurt in any way. My body still has a ways to go in terms of healing, as my face is still getting some work done on it through grafting and having the wraps replaced. However, the doctor did say that in a few more weeks I could keep them off and start taking showers and things like that again. I also ended up going to see the doctor for a full body exam a week after everything was settled, and there I learned that I had broken one of my ribs at one point, but it was all healed up now and not worth worrying about. I was also told to start taking large amounts of vitamin D, since it had been a long time since I last went into the sun and was starting to feel that for sure. All in all, though, my body did end up holding itself together pretty well, and the doctor told me that within a couple of months I should be feeling 100%, as long as I kept on getting the sleep I needed and resting a lot. Right now, I think I'm feeling the happiest I have ever felt, and it only took me close to 30 or so years.
Hey, Sandy, I have so much to tell you right now. You better be listening to me. Did you know that I've decided to get married soon?
Oh, hey, Patty. It's been a while since we last spoke to each other. Oh, yes, I heard that you were going to get married. Actually, it was Randall who told me. I just wanted to say congratulations to the both of you. I bet you're really happy that things have finally been decided about that. I'm looking forward to the wedding ceremony.
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? What do you mean by you're looking forward to it?
Huh? Well, I'm really confused, Patty. You just told me that you're going to be marrying my brother, so of course I'm looking forward to seeing you walk down the aisle.
You're just trying to rub it in because you got married before me, aren't you? You're trying to gain more traction over me, right? You just want to show that you're better than me and show off about how you got married before me and your older brother. You think you can get away with anything just because you're the youngest sibling.
Huh? What on earth are you talking about? Of course I wouldn't do that.
I'm genuinely happy for you both. That's all that I'm expressing to you, Patty. Well, don't try and rub in the fact that you got married before me. It's very annoying. You get so carried away with this kind of crap, so would you please stop it?
But I didn't say any of that at all, Patty. I don't think I would do that to you intentionally. I was just simply congratulating you on your upcoming nuptials. I just wanted to say that I'm looking forward to the wedding ceremony. Seeing your dress and seeing my brother all dressed up, it's going to be lots of fun.
Well, you almost sound really sarcastic when you say things like that, but I guess it's okay. I'm looking forward to all the congratulations I'll get from people and their gifts to us.
Oh, yes, the gifts. But I don't know how important that is compared to the entire ceremony. The gifts are just a small part of it, you know?
I guess so. Also, I was meant to ask you something. So, I heard something from Randall that I didn't know until now. Is it true that you work at a foreign-based company, Sandy? I had no idea that you could work for countries outside of the United States.
Oh, yes, I do. I thought that Randall might have told you before now. It's a foreign-affiliated company, so we have a lot of overseas-based clients that we do business with in my company.
Oh, I see. So does that mean that you go on quite a few business trips overseas to meet up with these clients? Like, they don't come to you, you go to them, right?
Oh, yeah. I can be sent on numerous amounts of business trips in a year. My company could send me anything, and I would have to go and talk to our clients.
Wow, you have some cheek saying all of the things you do at your job. You really are such a show-off.
I have some cheek? Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean? Don't you think you're being a bit rude right now, Patty?
What? I'm just telling it like it is. You're a complete show-off. You think you're so high and mighty and that you're more important than everyone else. Why does doing all those things make you think you're so great? Do you think you're better because you work at a foreign company and earn more than my husband?
Okay, Patty, you really need to hang on a minute there. Don't you think you're going a little bit too far with this? I haven't said anything of the sort up until you brought it up. Could you please stop adding things on to what you imagined I said? You're going completely against what I'm trying to say to you.
I don't have any idea what you mean by that, but come on. I'm seriously not even doing anything. You're the one who thinks you're above everyone else. If you work for a foreign-based company, that surely means you earn way more money than your husband, Randall. It's obviously okay for you to get me a congratulatory gift. You're going to buy me something, right? Since I'm the one getting married really soon, I deserve a gift, and a really good one.
Well, that's something that I need to decide on after I've talked to Randall. Besides, we aren't even talking about gifts. I'm trying to tell you to stop talking down to me.
What the heck are you talking about, Sandy? There's obviously not a problem with you giving me money or not, since you work all the time. What's this reason that you need to decide whether or not to give me my gift? Why can't I get the money for?
You getting some gift is not the problem here, Patty. Don't you see how you're talking to me? It's so rude, and you shouldn't be so horrible to me. Besides, I should be making decisions since it's important to talk about things to give, not going behind his back and giving you a bunch of money.
I've got no idea what you're talking about, Sandy. Why are you even saying such meaningless and unreasonable things? I'm only just trying to figure you out as a person. Sorry, I should say well done on getting such a prestigious job. But you know, I could do the kind of job you do, right?
Well, when I was a new graduate, I worked hard to find a job as it's not easy to get one when you graduate. Luckily, I was able to find a job at this company. And I've been diligently working at the company ever since. Patty, I take my job seriously. It's not as easy as it looks, okay?
Wow, so rude. You're not looking down on me just because I'm a dispatched worker, are you? Don't you dare rub your fancy job in my face.
That's not what I was doing. I was just telling you I worked hard. Why are you twisting this entire conversation? It's so frustrating. I haven't said anything bad to you, Patty.
Well, I disagree with that. Anyways, would you at least take some time off to attend my wedding? There's no need for you to be such a workaholic. You know that it's crazy to not take off any time while you're working, right? You should at least be decent enough to take some hours off for my wedding, okay? Look, I don't really know how important your job is in the big scheme of things, but it's time for you to put my wedding first, okay? This is your first priority.
Of course I understand that. I'm not that heartless to not attend. I've got no intention of going to work when you and my brother are getting married soon. But it does depend on what time and date the wedding will be. I'll adjust my schedule so I can attend the ceremony.
Of course, a family wedding should take priority and people should go to it. Don't worry about anything, okay, Patty? Well, I'm glad we're on the same page. Seems like you understand the point. Please don't get carried away too much with work. And also, can you please prepare a decent congratulatory gift for me? And of course, for my husband as well. If you want me to accept you as Randall's wife, you better do this whole thing right. I want a decent amount of money. Okay, well, I know what to do, Patty. I've been married to Randall for 3 years already, so I think I know what we need to do. Hey, there's no need to be so rude to me. I was just telling you to get it right. Are you really trying to act all high and mighty right now? Why do you always make such an effort to make me feel bad and make fun of me in general? It's really annoying, so shut up. But I didn't say anything, though. I don't understand why you're being like this towards me. You're really getting difficult to deal with, Patty. Hey, so Patty got in touch with me just a few minutes ago. She definitely had a lot to say to me and at me, to be honest.
Hi, Cindy. Why is Patty contacting you? She hasn't messaged you in I don't know how long. What did she have to say to you?
Well, she wanted to announce her upcoming nuptials to me over message, which kind of seemed weird because I thought that's something you would tell someone in person. Then she completely flipped the conversation and started dissing me about my job and wanted to talk about money, and it was just really awkward.
Ugh, she brought up money again. You've got to be kidding me. She's really getting on my nerves, you know. She's been so rude to you since we started dating. I guess she wants some kind of cash gift from you, does she? She's got some nerve asking you directly for a so-called wedding gift, hasn't she?
Well, apart from the actual wedding gift that we'll give to her and her new husband, she asked for money as well on top of that.
Are you kidding me? Is that seriously what she asked you to do? Wow, that little... She hasn't even given me back the money that I lent to her ages ago.
Right, that's true. Maybe things will calm down a little bit now that she's getting married. She might return the money to you soon? I thought that the amount of money that you gave her last time was more than enough for her to save and spend on things that she needed. I don't think it's a good idea to give her any more money since she just got a lot last time.
Well, she definitely can't pull any puppy dog eyes at me anymore to get money out of me. I'm not playing nice anymore. Do you think she'll even be able to throw a reception, let alone a wedding ceremony? It costs a lot of money to do those sorts of things nowadays. Doesn't seem like the other person is the type to have a proper job either. I don't see how the both of them can come up with the money for an event.
It doesn't seem to sink in with her. Oh, really? Is that so? How do you know that he doesn't have a job? Did Patty tell you that he doesn't have one, or are you just assuming that?
I don't quite know all the details because I heard it from Mom, and she didn't want to say too much in case Patty suddenly came home. From what I was told, it doesn't seem like there's been a gathering with either of the families, so how can a wedding ceremony happen?
That's very true. But lately there's more and more people who kind of elope or don't make a big deal about ceremonies or having families meet.
I suppose it does seem like that's the case with these two anyway. It sounds like my sister's fiancé is a bit of a cheapskate and wants to save money for other things.
Wait, what do you mean? What's he saving money for then if he's not going to put money into having a wedding ceremony and celebrating his marriage to Patty?
Well, because he wants to do that. I don't know if they'll even have a wedding ceremony or not. I guess we might not have to do much preparation then. I've always had a hard time understanding what my sister really wants in life. I really don't get the situation she's in. But I guess since she's asking for gifts and wanting money, maybe they are having a wedding. Who knows at this point?
Yeah, it sounds like she's having a difficult time of it all if she's acting up like this, but I don't want to get in a fight with her over money and that sort of thing.
Maybe she's just giving you a hard time because she wants to collect as much money as she can. I don't know, to be honest. The ceremony itself won't cost that much if she gets the money she needs, and the guests just drop off gifts. I feel like that's the kind of tactic she's got for this.
It's not great to say this, but I'm not expecting any less of her. I can see her doing that, using other people's money to pay for her wedding and then get extra. Okay, no, I shouldn't assume that. It's not good. I feel like I'm overanalyzing the situation a little bit.
Okay, I'm telling you to not give her any money gifts or other gifts for now. Before we give anything to Patty, I want the money I lent to her back in my account.
Well, I guess we should get that off her first. Okay, should I just say congratulations and that's it? Not give her anything?
Yeah, I think it's better to do that. She needs to learn to pay back money that she owes people, especially me, because I'm a brother. Let's do that instead. But we have to wonder if there's even going to be a wedding held in the first place. This is not making any sense to me at all.
Okay, well, how about we think about what to do after we get her wedding invitation in the mail? Let's not worry too much about it for now.
She might still bring it up with you again, but you can just let her rumble and not take any of it in. To be honest, she's always been delusional. She thinks that she can get what she wants and not owe anyone anything. It's actually a miracle that she was able to find someone to marry her.
Okay, I get it, but you don't need to be so mean about your own sister, Randall. I'm glad that she's able to get married to someone. Anyway, yeah, I'll ignore her if she keeps bringing up money, and I won't worry too much about that situation for now. I'll just focus on work and us. Wow, I really thought this wouldn't happen. Even after all my efforts, you won't give me any congratulatory money? I know you have a lot of money saved up, Sandy. Have you not even tried to prepare the check you have for me? This isn't a huge task for you to do, so what's the holdup, huh? Huh? Congratulatory gift? I don't know what you're talking about, Patty. What gift are you referring to? Of course, I'll get it to you by the time the wedding is held. Nice try, Sandy. No, I'm not waiting any longer for this. Is this some kind of joke? Do you think I find this funny, Sandy? It's not good if you don't have it prepared by the end of the day today. Just give me 10 times as much as you would a friend, okay? I'm going to be related to you very soon, and it's only natural for me to get a substantial amount of money. Now cough up. You're not being serious right now, are you? You want the money today. That's not something that I can just do for you. I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's it. Look, where are you right now? Are you close? Are you going to be coming to the wedding venue anytime soon? Huh? What do you mean come to the wedding venue? How can I get there? I'm all the way in Malaysia. I'm not in the country right now. Wait, what? Why on earth are you in Malaysia now? Why are you there and not here? I don't get it. Don't you remember what I do for a job, Patty? I have to go overseas quite a bit for business trips. I'm on a business trip right now in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Hold on a second. What's going on today over there? What venue are you talking about, Patty? Hey, why are you being so dismissive of the information I'm trying to tell you? Would you please cut it out? I've had enough issues trying to deal with you. It's my wedding day, you stupid fool, and I was asking if you're coming to the ceremony. That's what I said before. Can't you read? Are you kidding me with this business trip nonsense? Is this a joke? Do you realize what you just said? It seems like you put your own work before my wedding ceremony. Why would you do this to me when I asked you to come to my wedding and bring me gifts and all that jazz? Am I not important enough for you or something? I'm going to be a family member. You've got a terrible personality, you know that, Sandy? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Now just wait a minute, okay? You really need to stop attacking me and calm down, all right? You're not going to listen to me if you don't chill out. This is obviously some sort of misunderstanding, Patty. I feel like things weren't communicated well when it came to your wedding. This is just impossible. I can't believe you'd be so ignorant. What kind of person are you for choosing your work over a wedding ceremony? It's like you purposefully went on a business trip so that you didn't have to go to my wedding. You knew that it was going to be held today. How has Randall not divorced you already? I can't bear to call myself a relative of yours. It's just not natural when you're so horrible. I'm not going to forgive you for doing this to your own sister-in-law. I don't want to see your face around here ever again. Just because you're not here doesn't mean I don't get my money, so hand it over, Sandy. Are you going to give the money to Randall so that I can get it from him? After you exploding at me like that? No, I'm not giving Randall anything so that he can give it to you. You don't deserve it after the way you've talked to me. What the heck, Sandy? Are you really intending on not giving me the money? So you're not going to part out for any congratulatory gifts or money? This is the worst thing ever. This is going to make or break my wedding. You know that, right? Canceling my wedding would be the worst thing on the planet. Patty, enough. Would you just listen to me for a few seconds so I can say my side of the story? Why should I, when you're the one who's provoking me to act like this? You've got some nerve choosing your stupid job over my wedding day. I'm going to do my best in kicking you out of my family once and for all, so you better be ready for my wrath. Patty, I'm not provoking you one little bit. If you must know, I never received an invitation to your wedding in the first place. Huh? What are you talking about? What do you mean you didn't get an invitation? I told you that I was having a wedding ceremony, and you should have come. Would you stop being so unreasonable and stop yelling like this? Because this is getting us nowhere, all right? I didn't get an invitation sent to my house, so how was I supposed to know whether or not to come to your wedding, Patty? How was I supposed to know that the date and time of the wedding? I also had no idea where you were holding the ceremony either. There was no way I could go. Why the heck do you keep mentioning this mysterious invitation? What the heck are you talking about, Sandy? Okay, now I'm just confused. Typically when you have a wedding, you send out invitations. I didn't get one at all. But what invitation are you referring to? I don't remember sending anything out. I was just telling people about the wedding. Yes, and that's what I've been trying to say to you through this shamble of a conversation, all right? It hasn't been sent to me. I haven't received anything from you. Do you see what the problem is here, Patty? Do you finally understand what I'm talking about? Huh? Problem? Why would you not getting an invitation be a problem when I told you about the wedding in the first place? What on earth are you talking about? You mentioned it, but you never said any of the details or anything of the sort. I feel like nothing is connecting anymore. Look, what it all boils down to is that Randall and I never received an invitation from you to go to this wedding you're having. When a wedding's going to take place, the people you want to invite need to know the date, time, and location, Patty. Also, you send out invites so that people can RSVP. It's the process that notifies you of how many people are going to attend. How can I attend your wedding if I haven't received an invite in the first place? I also don't know who to contact so that I can RSVP. I didn't know your wedding was today. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize I had to do and say all of those things. Is that really true? What? What do you mean by that? You have to invite people so that they know the details. It's pretty self-explanatory, no? But I haven't heard a lot of people who get married do that. I thought it was more or less through word of mouth. Huh? You thought it was through word of mouth? Did you not know that an easier way is to send out invites to people so you don't have to go to every single person? What can I say, Sandy? I didn't know that doing that would be better. In fact, it's a pretty common thing for people to do when you hold an event, Patty. It's on you if you didn't think of that. You can't blame me for not knowing. Wow, you really have misunderstood the entire situation, Patty. Why did you think people would show up even though you didn't send invitations? Well, I thought that I could just tell everyone that I was getting married and people would just show up. I didn't know that I physically had to make invites for people. But I don't get it because it's common sense to send out invitations, Patty. Well, if you forgot to invite me and my husband to the wedding, does that mean that you didn't send out any invitations to anyone? Does that mean no one's going to show up? Wait a minute, what? No one's going to come since I didn't send invites to people? This is really bad, Sandy. Well, you were the one who didn't announce it in an invite, so it's on you if you forgot or had no idea how to do it. You should have known the basics and how to throw a wedding. Oh my God, I can't believe this is happening to me right now. What am I supposed to do about this, Sandy? Don't ask me, Patty. I'm not the one who forgot or didn't know how to invite people. Don't you know how to use basic common sense, Patty? Don't you dare talk down like that to me. You're not making the situation any better. You've got to get here right now, okay? Please come to my wedding. Were you not listening to me before, Patty? I'm in Malaysia right now. I'm at work. Would you quit panicking so much? What you should have done is not planned it at a busy time of the year and informed everyone so that people would be there right now. Also, I got in touch with Randall and he just told me that he can't make it to your wedding either. Huh? Are you kidding me? Don't tell me that Randall is overseas as well, too. Why can't he make it? He's my own brother, for goodness sake. No, calm down. He's still in the States. He just didn't know about your wedding today, so of course he has other plans. He's going to miss it. He didn't know. I tried to contact Mom, and she said that they're out of state today because they're attending some memorial for a relative or something. What is happening? I can't believe this is happening. I tried to catch up with my friends, but apparently they all have plans today. Well, it makes sense because you didn't give a lot of time to people to get ready for a wedding or even let them know when it is. I don't know how you're going to explain yourself out of this one when it comes to your new husband. He's going to be devastated. The entire blame can't be put on me, though. I had no idea what to do. Please help me out here. Why are you treating me like I'm saying something stupid? Do you think it's strange that I didn't know what to do for my wedding? I didn't mean to sound weird. Well, it's weird to me, considering most people do know how to invite people to events. If you didn't know, you should have gotten a wedding planner. Look, I've got important work to do, so good luck with everything over there. Excuse me. Sandy, I had to cancel my wedding. This is a complete disaster. I can't believe this is happening to me. Well, what did I tell you? You didn't invite anyone, so of course things weren't going to go right, but good job for trying. Why are you speaking to me like this? How could you? I have had the worst day, and you've decided to be so rude to me. It's because I'm so done with you treating me badly, Patty. All you do is talk badly about me and what I do when I work hard for my family. Look, what are you contacting me for when you've been so cruel to me? Can't you just leave me alone, Patty? Please? I didn't mean to, okay? I'm sorry. I just really need your help because the wedding got canceled. I still have to pay for the venue, but I don't have the money right now. I thought that I would be able to ask Dad for some money so that I can cover the payment, but he already thinks I'm such a disappointment, so I don't want to do that. I had to cancel the wedding because no one bothered to show up, so all that money is wasted. It's their fault that I need to pay for this. Are you kidding me right now, Patty? You do realize you're 34 years old, right? You didn't send out invites. That's on you for no one showing up. You do realize you can't just go running to your dad or to people with money just because you're in trouble. You need to learn to get out of it yourself, Patty. Please help me, Sandy. I know you have a lot of money in your savings account. I just need your help with this. Are you stupid, Patty? I'm not going to give you any money. You need to deal with the consequences yourself. I'm not doing anything more for you, and neither is Randall. He's ignoring you, and from now on, I will be as well. You need to learn what you've done and actually use your brain instead of everyone else's to get out of tricky situations. Please don't contact me again, Patty. I am done dealing with your nonsense. Remember to send out invitations when you redo your wedding for next time. In the end, Patty was abandoned by her entire family and became a laughingstock. It's basic common sense to send out invitations to people for your own wedding. No one wanted to help her, so she ended up with a lot of debt. Currently, she's living as a live-in worker and is working hard to make a decent living for herself. She'll have to work a lot to pay off the debt she owes to her brother and the wedding venue host. This is what happens when you don't have enough common sense. You don't do the things that normal people would do, and things can backfire really easily. Maybe she'll learn a lot from her mistakes. I can't believe that my Owen is going to be getting married to someone like you. Good evening, Carla. I know that I'm going to be new to the family, but I hope that I can get along with all of you. I don't see there being any way you'll get along with the rest of us here. I'm thinking that your marriage to my son is going to end up worse than how you think it started. And I would like for you to not even think of me as your mother-in-law when you come around me. Because I sure don't think of you as my daughter-in-law. What?
What are you talking about? I'm saying that I do not like the fact that you're marrying my son. I decided that I don't like your marriage today, as a matter of fact. You did? I can understand you being a little uneasy about it, but the wedding is going to be next weekend. Why are you only telling me now that you're against me being married to Owen? I have no reason to be letting my son, of all people, become married to some poor woman like you. What? Did you just call me a poor woman? Like someone that doesn't have a whole lot of money kind of poor? I'm sure you only want to be married to him for his money, right? I've told Owen already to give you up. But that boy isn't bothering to listen to me about any of it. Even still, I'm not going to let the two of you be married for long. It's not too late yet, so I want you to give up on your marriage to him. How does that sound? I'm not going to give up on being Owen's wife. I'm not sure where you're coming from calling me poor. Since when did I ever seem like the kind of person that doesn't have a whole lot of money? If you're worried about something like that, then please relax and know that you don't have to be worried. And you think there's a good enough reason for me to calm down right now? I cannot allow you to continue asking my son for his money. You think I'm asking him for money? Where are you hearing about all of this from? I'm sure you already know the answer to all of that. I think before your wedding with Owen, you should take the time to sit back and think things through again. Because I am most definitely not going to allow you to have that wedding. Goodbye now. I have no idea what you're going on about right now. I'm going to have a word with Owen about all of this. I just had a small conversation with your mom, and she has this idea that for some reason I'm not well off. Did something happen with her to make her think that about me? She was also talking about how I've been borrowing money from you. I'm really not sure where she heard about that from.
I see. My mom is always the type that lets her imagination run wild and really get to her. I think she's just a little confused is all. Perhaps having her one and only son leaving the house after becoming married is really starting to get to her. And because of that, she started to overthink things too much, and that's led to her believing things that aren't true.
So that's what all of this is about? Well, that makes a lot of sense now. I understand how it must feel to have only one child. I'm the same way to my parents, as they stopped after only having me.
But your house happens to be completely different from the house I've been raised in. I'm actually so very happy to have become so close to you and your family, and I'm excited to see them again at the wedding!
What do you mean my family is different from yours? I'm not really sure why you're happy, but I'm glad you're happy being around my parents. So this means we can go on with having the wedding next weekend and won't have to make any changes to it? I wonder if your mom is doing okay. Do you think I should say anything to her about it?
No, you can just leave her be. Let me take care of her and her wild imagination. I'm already used to her and all this crap she has going on, so I can manage it somehow.
I see. Then please and thank you. I would really like for everyone to get along with one another by the time of the wedding, as it would make everything a lot more fun for us. Have you come around to realizing what I've been saying this whole time? I'm happy I waited to come here around the same time you did in order to get you like that. You're never to come around my son and I again, you moneyless whore. Do you understand me? Did you really just go through with punching me in the gut over your thoughts of me not having any money? What the hell is going on inside that head of yours? I never thought that you'd become so bad that you'd resort to violence with me. This is the first time in my life that I've ever had to meet someone as off-putting as you. I'm not going to let you get away with something like that. Go ahead and say whatever you'd like about me. I just want to make sure that this wedding is canceled before it gets started. I'm sure it's not going to be happening now, though, right? You actually thought I'd let my son marry a poor woman like you? I am really shocked by this, Carla. To think that you'd get so upset like that without ever actually coming around to understanding the person I am and what my position is. You're the one who appears to not understand a thing about us. Well, if me having punched you in the gut of yours has taught you anything, it should be about the kind of person you really are to us. So give up. Never come around my son again. I am never going to let a parasite that wants to feed off my son's money have any of it. And I am not going to allow this wedding to go on anymore as his mother. Cancel all of this right now.
Is that really what you want me to do?
Of course it is. And you're going to cancel it whether you agree with me or not. I'll find a way to get this whole event canceled.
Well, you don't have to do that, as I fully understand what you want now. I'll handle the wedding and have it canceled for all of us. So please, just stay away from me as I go and do my thing. I'll be making sure all those that are already here know to go home, and then we won't have to disappoint any more of our guests today. And as for Owen, I'm no longer going to be bothering with him. I don't want to see you ever again, Carla, so this wedding is off. Are you happy with all that?
If you can do all that for me, then I'll forgive you for ever laying your filthy hands on my boy. Tell him he's no longer your husband and cancel all of this. And never appear in front of our faces ever again.
Understood. I am completely fine with all that.
And just to make sure he never talks to you again, I'm going to have him block you on his phone. Actually, better yet, could you be so kind as to block him on your phone as well? I don't want you to even talk with him anymore, because the next time you do, I'm not going to be as calm as I've been today.
Understood. I will do everything and all that you ask me to do. But can you promise me one thing before I go?
What is it? Never come around me again yourself, you awful criminal! What did you just call me?
Now I'll be going. Have a good one, Carla.
Hey, why aren't you answering your phone right now? You have been getting calls from both me and my son all day long. Hurry up and answer one of us right now.
I have no reason to be talking to you both anymore. You told me to block Owen's number on my phone, right? So I did just that and haven't noticed any calls coming from him. This is what you wanted me to do, right?
This is not about any of that. This is about me making a huge mistake.
Is that right? Did you finally go and listen to what your son has been saying to you? That's probably why you're freaking out right now and have been trying to get in touch with me again. You learned about who I really am. Owen has always known about who I am, but you never seemed to care like he did. He and I have been doing our best to hide the real me in order to protect myself and the wedding. But recently, things with you have been really out of control, haven't they? Well, you were finally told by Owen who I really am, and that happens to be the daughter of a very wealthy CEO.
So, he really wasn't lying to me. Why did you guys choose to never tell me the truth? Had one of you just told me sooner, then I would have never started calling you some moneyless whore like before.
The reason I didn't tell you is in order to keep those that try and come after my family's money away.
Keep them away? But if you had told me about your true position sooner, things like yesterday would have never happened between us.
What do you mean by things like yesterday? You're telling me that if you knew I was the daughter of a CEO, you would have never punched me in the stomach?
Oh, that's right.
Is that so? So then what you're telling me is that in your mind, it's okay to go around punching the poor? Gotcha. You are one hell of a monster, Carla.
You don't have to sit there calling me a monster. It's rude. Well, now that I've had time to talk with both you and Owen, there's no longer a misunderstanding between all of us. Do you think you guys can have your wedding next weekend?
Excuse me? What the hell are you going on about now?
Well, yesterday we had that wedding of yours canceled without any thought. But now that I've had a chance to learn about the real you, I think you and Owen can have that wedding next week. How does that sound to you?
What are you talking about? Owen and I are not together anymore. I did everything you asked me to, and I blocked Owen for good.
Well, that's not a problem, though. You can unblock him now and get back to being a couple. I would really like to think of you as my own daughter now, so please start talking to him again.
What? Your behavior has done a 180, and now you want me back together with Owen again? What do you want out of all this? Let me tell you something, Carla.
Your son was the one who wanted to be married to me for my money. Owen wanted you for your money? I had made sure to hide a lot of things from everyone about my family. But he went ahead and took a delve into my family himself. And after seeing that my family happens to have a lot of money, he went wild and started spending all the money he had on things he never really needed, thinking I'd be there to bring in the money after the wedding. After he learned that I'm the daughter of a CEO, he wanted the two of us getting married as soon as possible. Well, I found out about all that not too long ago, and I am pissed. Well, your wedding being canceled and all that has really pissed Owen off as well. He's so upset with everything right now that I can't manage to calm him down any. He even came after me, his own mother, and hit me, causing me to feel some real pain. So please, Stacy, you're the only one who can stop my son from going on this rampage after losing his wedding. Please don't tell me that you don't want to be married to him anymore. Geez, you both are complete idiots. What? I have nothing to do with any of that now, and you were the one that wanted the wedding canceled in the first place, right? I was just being kind and obeyed your commands yesterday. You should be thankful that I listened to you and everything went to plan. But this is not at all what I had planned on. I was confused at the time and didn't know a thing about the real you, Stacy. And at the time, I had really wanted to be married to him as well, but things started to feel off about things with him. And before I knew it, I could tell that he wasn't with me out of the love he had for me, but something else. But after having you go on and on about how I was the one wanting to marry him for his money and later punching me in the gut over it, I realized what was really going on. I'm going now. Wait a second, Stacy. I made a big mistake. I made a terrible mistake and started to just assume you had no money. And because of that terrible mistake, you assaulted me. Perhaps the apple really doesn't fall that far from the tree then. I assumed that all that money that my son was having to pay was because of you and not him. I'm his mother, and I never wanted to believe that it was my own son who was going out and recklessly spending his money. But I know the truth now very well. He's been the one spending all the money. And he was hiding all that from me as well. Luckily, though, one of my dad's employees found out about his debt. I am so sorry for asking you to cancel your wedding like that yesterday night. But now that we're all open about things and know the truth, let's have that wedding for real this time. You said that you're the daughter of a CEO who's very well off, so having a second wedding should be a piece of cake, right? Do you think you can hurry all this up and put together another wedding for you and Owen? What kind of games are you trying to play with me today? What? How many times am I going to have to say this in order for you to understand me? Things between Owen and I are over. Things are over? What the hell do you mean, though? I'd like to ask you a lot about that as well. What the hell do you mean with all of that crap? Owen and I are finished. It's over. He and I are no longer a thing anymore. The wedding was canceled yesterday, and he and I are no longer going to be married. No way. Oh, were you and him not going to get married to one another over the feelings you both had? We had planned on being married based off our love for each other, but those feelings I had for him are long gone now. All because of you, Carla. That wedding was supposed to be a huge deal for my family, and my dad was putting in $100,000 to make sure it was perfect for Owen and I. What? But because you wanted it canceled so badly that you would punch me, it went bye-bye. Isn't that wonderful? Wait, $100,000 for that wedding? What the hell? Do weddings like that really cost that kind of ridiculous amount of money? Well, they do when you're the one and only daughter of a very successful CEO. He thought that was the perfect amount to spend on my wedding. But my dad was against me getting married to Owen for a long time before the wedding came about, so I'm a bit surprised myself that he was willing to spend that much. At first, he would always get on about me finding myself a better man, but no matter how much he tried to turn me away from Owen, I wanted to be married to him. Owen was the man for me, and I wanted to be his wife. But in the end, we learned a lot about you and him, and things changed. I really should have listened to my dad a bit more and gave up on Owen. But it's all in the past now. I think quite the opposite, actually. I think that Owen would be the perfect man for you. I think you being married to him would be the best thing for everyone. Well, whether you want me to be with him now or not, you were the one that ruined the chances of me ever being his wife. I'm glad that things ended up this way for everyone. So, you're being serious about not marrying my son then? And you're saying it's all because of me? You might think of it as being your fault, but I'm thankful for what you did. I've been trying to apologize to you for all that, though, about what happened yesterday. I am so sorry. I'm asking you to please marry my son for me now. If you don't take him as your husband, who knows what he's going to do to me? Well, I couldn't care less what he has in store for you. And hearing that he's being violent towards you really makes it so that I don't want to be around you both. What a joke of a man he is, being violent with his own mother like that. One other thing. Since you were the one that wanted the wedding canceled, and it was, in the end, for your sake, there is going to be a fee. Canceling a wedding doesn't come free of charge, so someone's going to have to pay up. What? There's a cancellation fee? And all of that, you're going to have to pay for. And there will also be the money I get from you for assaulting me yesterday as well. Wait a second. How much more are you going to make me suffer for all of yesterday? Well, I'm not doing all of this in order to make you suffer or anything. I just want you to have to think about everything you've done to me yesterday on my wedding day. Do you think what I've been telling you has all been wrong or something? Am I not allowed to fight back at you after you punched me in the gut? You're not wrong about anything, but don't you think you're going a bit too far with all of it? I'm just acting in a way I find perfectly fine after what's happened to me. And since you did assault me, the police are going to have to get involved in handling that. I hope you're ready for when they come looking for you. Stacy, calm down, please. I'm so very sorry about all of that. Just calm down now and think all of this through again. I'm very calm right now. And this is all the outcome of me thinking about it with a level head. Perhaps you should have been thinking a bit more yourself before you acted out. And so, with all of that, I'd like for you to have your son back, you moneyless idiot. In the end, the relationship between Owen and I really did come to an end. And in his anger because of it, Owen went ahead and forced his mom to have to pay for all the things he bought. A little while after that, I was introduced to a very outgoing man who my dad set me up with to make sure he wouldn't be into me for my money. We are planning to get married really soon and move into a house that we'll be buying with our savings instead of relying on all my dad's money for it. Unlike the life I'll be living now in happiness, Carla has been left with a lot of money that she now owes to many different people. And it seems the only hope she has for herself now is to find a job and start working for the rest of her life. I think she really should have thought her actions through a bit more before acting on them, but it's too late for anything like that now. I just hope that with this new road she's going to be on, there is no more physical fighting between her and her son.